Hello everyone, Donna of Prima Donna Crafts, and this is part 2 of the tutorial for the Heritage mini album in fabric. Here I am in the process of doing a layout for one of the pages or signatures, and I've done some work outside the camera because it takes a long time to sew these, to get the basic foundation ready for doing the embellishing. So this layout is not sewn down, but I just want to give you an idea of how I do my layouts. So I play around with the fabric. This is loose. This is loose. What I've done here is I've attached the fabrics, sewn it together. So that is like my photo mat, and I've done this arrangement. But before I do that, I would like to show you how I've done this signature. So this is the page with the flap. And unfortunately, I didn't realize, that you shouldn't sew the flap down until you've embellished the pocket. It's easier. But in my enthusiasm, I did sew it down. So this, I removed part of it and I embellished. These are all embellished. So I've added these flowers with some roses, more of these flowers, applique flowers, and then mother of pearls. And more applique, which I layered and added the mother of pearl. I had this long piece of oval lace, and I sewed it down to the burlap piece. Okay, so then I brought part of it over to make a pocket, and then so that's that side. Then I added a piece of lace here, also sewn down. So this is the side that I'll be working. And then for the front, I added one of these rosettes. I've got a tutorial for this rosette. And then I added this applique, which I sewed down, hand-stitched. And, here I could also add photo mat, and sew it down. I don't have the right colors, so I'm just going to leave it out. But, these are examples of what you can do if you wanted to. And then sort of, actually that looks quite nice, in fact. I could do that. I may end up doing that, actually. You get ideas when you're playing along with the material and having a feel. So I'm quite happy with that look, actually. Who knows, I might go for it. And in fact, I've got this, she might fit in quite nicely in there. So, I mean, that looks really nice. Instead of the other side. In fact, I think I'll go for this. And with these, what you do is you remove the plastic backing and you attach it to the material that you're using. Okay? So I'm quite pleased with this look, so I'm going to go for it. And first things first, what I need to do is to find a way to attach this to the I could sew it down, actually. I mean, a lot of my time is used up trying to figure out what to do, actually. So I think the best option for me right now would be to sew this. But when trying to sew this down, I need to think about quite a few things. One is how much of the thread I would like exposed to the other side. Okay, so one way to sort of cheat is to ensure that the stitching ends up underneath your motif. So I'm going to sort of make some marks. I can't find my chalk, but can't find my pencil either. They have a way of disappearing, but okay, sorry. I think I'm just going to work with a pen. Hopefully it won't be obvious. It's just to sort of give me a rough indication. Okay, I'm going to sew that. But before I do that, I think, you see, there are a lot of things that come into play. I need to also get this attached. It would be a good idea to have both the items attached simultaneously. Okay? So I am going to run a few basting or tacking stitches just to sort of get this in place, and they will come off eventually. These things take time, so doing a tutorial is a bit difficult actually, but we'll see how the time goes. Just checking the time. This may or may not work, I don't know, we'll see. I haven't done this before, but hey. Hello everyone, I'm back again to show you the finished signature. While filming the demo, I ran out of space, and then, you know, one thing just led to another, and I decided to just finish up the signature and explain to you what I did. Because when you're sewing, you know, it's quite difficult to do a demo because it takes so much of time. And so although I would have loved to show you everything in real time, it was quite difficult to do so. So I hope, you know, you would get an idea of what I've done. To recap, what I did was I cut the burlap piece, and that was demonstrated. And then I made a flap here. And this is the signature. So what I did was I added the lacy bit first before doing all the embellishing, and that was stitched with a sewing machine. And then I also added some lace here. So this is actually I would be able to mat this and do something with it, but I've left it plain for the time being. And here for the front part, you know, the long lace underneath, you know, sort of wraps through this whole page. So I've got a bit of it here. And then what I did was I used some fabric, matted this picture onto this fabric. It is stitched onto this page, and I've stitched somewhere in the middle so that it's not very obvious. And then I glued this motif onto the mat. So I've done some gluing and I've also done some stitching. I would say it's about 50-50. The reason why I did not want to glue it is because there are certain items which I prefer to sew, use the sewing machine. And then I've also hand stitched quite a lot of the items, like the rosettes, these embellishments, these flowers, for example, that I've hand stitched. All these I've hand stitched. And, you know, if it's a long piece, then you can glue it down. You know, and the problem is with the glue, you really don't know how, although it says acid free and that sort of thing, you don't want the items to age, you know, turn yellow. So I'm sort of being a bit cautious, but you know, only time will tell. So as I said, I glued these layers of lace down, and then I hand stitched these embellishments, and I made this rosette. Added a Jenny Bolin stick pin there. It's very decorative. And then when you turn over, on this side, you know, I layered a few mats to reflect the color of the motif. I love this motif actually. So I did the same thing by stitching it in the middle and then gluing the bits that show. So basically I've got four different pieces actually. The linen, unfortunately, it's not very obvious, but you know, I've got linen and then some netting material, then this mustard colored shiny material, and then the green, the olive green. So all these colors reflect the motif. And then I've added a rosette here, some lace flowers, more flowers here, and then I've got some buttons in the center. All these are hand stitched. And then these applique triangles, and then I've got 3 layers of lace here, most of it stitched, and the top layer is glued down. So I'm quite happy with this as well. So here I've got this lace, you know, it's an old lace, and then I've got a pocket here, and the idea is to slip in some, you know, postcards, or you could even slip in a thin mini album if I wanted in there. So the bit that comes round, you know, from the basic lace material, I've also machine stitched it, and then I've added quite a lot of applique flowers around, and some mother of pearl. So on the whole, I'm very pleased with this signature. You know, it took some time to figure out what to do with it, but I'm pleased with it. And although I've added some of these pictures, I could also personalize it and add, you know, my own pictures, for example, here. So I'm going to work on the next signature and give you I am not sure whether I'm going to do a live demo or how I'm going to do the next signature, but it could be a bit of both, to give you an idea of what I do. So with that, I'll leave you. Thank you very much, and part 2 will be coming up soon.